Well, they have gone and done it again. IGN is stirring the pot and getting some controversy started. This time, they went ahead and published what they consider to be the top 10 best LEGO games of all time, according to, of course, the IGN staff. So keep in mind that this is obviously still just an editorial piece. This is just an opinion piece, but it's arguably an opinion piece from the biggest or most prominent video game website on planet Earth. So there was obviously some exciting, let's say, reactions, let's put it that way, to this particular article. So we're going to take a look at the top 10 and see if they got anything right, anything wrong. Don't forget to share your opinions down in the comment section below. And with that in mind, first and foremost, all I want to do is actually go through the list and see the games that they went ahead and dropped on here. We kick things off with Lego Island, which I think for a lot of people watching this, including myself, you might be going like, wait, what? Lego Island? What is that? But this is definitely one of those games that if you grew up playing this game, you definitely have a lot of nostalgia for it. And at the time, it was a very, very exciting development for the Lego video game franchise as a whole. So it kind of makes sense there. Next up, we have Lego Lord of the Rings, which is cool to see appear here for certain. Then we have Lego Indiana Jones, the original adventure, in 8th place, followed by Lego DC Supervillains, which is very interesting that this one appears on this list just because I enjoyed this game quite a bit, but I personally don't think that I would put it in the top 10, at least as of now, because I think the biggest standout for this game is actually its customizer and not really the game itself. So it's interesting that they placed it as high as they did. So I think this is probably one of the controversial picks here. Then we have Lego Batman 2 DC Superheroes, which I 100% agree with being placed in the top 10. In fact, I would probably even put it in the top 5. So interesting that it doesn't even make the top 5. Then we have Lego Harry Potter, which I think they're going to go on ahead and specifically choose Lego Harry Potter years 1 through 4. Although it seems like they kind of combined the two into just one giant game, which I guess it was technically released at one point in time as a whole collection. So I guess they didn't split it up into two games. Then we move on to Lego Star Wars, The Complete Saga, which obviously is a no-brainer. In fact, I think for most people watching this, you're probably going to place this at number 1 if I had to guess. Then we have Lego Star Wars, The Skywalker Saga ahead of The Complete Saga, which is very interesting, and I am very, very curious to hear the debates about this one in the comment section down below. Then we have Lego City Undercover, which I 100% support being in the top 5, because I think this is one of those games that does not get the credit that it deserves because it just simply was not exposed to as many people. So I just think that because it's not an IP like all the other games that we've looked at, Star Wars, Marvel, Harry Potter, Lord of the Rings, they all have extra kind of brand loyalty from fans of those franchises, whereas Lego City Undercover is just a Lego game. So a lot of people didn't give it a chance, and I think it's actually a really, really great game. And I 100% agree with this sentence right here, where it's basically a family-friendly version of Lego Grand Theft Auto, which I think, again, if this game had online mode, it would be a massive, massive hit. And then we wrap things up with the final game. In number 1 is Lego Marvel Superheroes. Now, I gotta be honest with you, I don't think that this is necessarily a horrible list. I saw a lot of people freaking out and saying, oh, IGN doing IGN things and messing up again. And I genuinely don't think that this is a horrible list here. I think they did a pretty good job for the most part. The ones that I kind of wish would not be here and you could replace with far better games. So first of all, I think you could make a very strong case for getting Lego Batman 1 onto one of these spots. In fact, I would remove Lego DC Supervillains possibly from the top 10, or at least bring it over to number 10, just because I think the game itself did not have too many standout moments. It's not a bad game by any means, but it just does not feel as memorable or contains a lot of really cool moments like some of the previous iterations of the Lego Batman games did. With the exception of course, the best Lego customizer that we have seen so far. I also think that this right here is probably quite controversial, placing Lego Star Wars The Complete Saga below Lego Star Wars The Skywalker Saga, but I do wonder if there's a little bit of nostalgia and bias that we might have as fans, where The original one just seems better because you played it as a kid, and so you kind of played it in a different mindset and you have like a greater appreciation for its simplicity. Whereas if we really go on ahead and try to remove the nostalgia bias and we really think about it from a pure technical standpoint, visual standpoint, the amount of things that you get to do, the amount of planets and places that you get to go to, I really do think that maybe over time Lego Star Wars The Skywalker Saga will gain some momentum. And then one game that I actually did see mentioned even multiple times in the comment section on IGN itself is Lego Dimensions. And I actually do think, even right there, you can see it, one of the top comments. I think that Lego Dimensions does actually make sense to be placed here. Yes, it didn't have the greatest business model, and yes, it required you to buy a bunch of minifigures in order to get access to all the content. But the content itself, as far as the game itself is concerned, was excellent. And so I think that it probably does deserve to have a spot in the top 10. But now the ball is in your court. Ladies and gentlemen, let me know down in the comment section below. Do you agree with the IGN's list or disagree with the list? What would you change? What would you keep the same? Let me know down in the comment section below. I also do know that a lot of people really love the Lego Pirates of the Caribbean games. So I think that there will probably be a lot of people that will select that one as a potential entry. Thank you guys so very much for watching. Have an absolutely fantastic day. Peace out. See you later, alligators.